Multiversus is a game that has gone through many hardships to get where it is today, and despite that, there are a large amount of videos on the internet that talk about how many flaws that this game has. And while I agree that some of these videos have very valid takes, most of these videos will turn off new players from ever trying the game and convince players who already play to give up on the game. So I'm making this video not to try to get back lost players, but to convince new players to join. If you don't enjoy the game, that's understandable. It may just not be for you. But I'm making this video for old players, new players, player first games, and everyone else whose faith in this game is wavering. This is why I believe in multiverses, and why you should too. Hey guys, before we get started with this video, this is Joker by the way. This took me a long time to make, and only because I really procrastinated on making it. I started working on this script at the beginning of season 3, didn't finish it until right before season 4 came out. Not right before season 4 came out, right when we started getting info about season 4. So I didn't feel like rewriting the script, so I'm just gonna add stuff in as I'm editing this video. So I'm gonna pop up at some times when a change happens in the game that contradicts something I said in the video. You'll see when it happens. I'll make the screen gray and then I'll show what new has been revealed. In this video, I'm going to be going over some takes people have in those multiverses is dead videos, explain if they're valid or not, and after, I'll be going over future things people should look forward to in multiverses. This is going to be a long one, so let's get right into it with one of the biggest things, the player count. Now, most people say this is one of the main reasons that the game is dead. The current player count is stuck between 1.5 and 2,000 players a day on Steam charts. These are low numbers, yes, but it's a known fact that more people play fighting games on console than PC, so you have to double those numbers for both Xbox and PlayStation. Add them together, and that's between around 8 and 9,000 daily players, which is under Brawlhalla but way more than Munich All-Star Brawl 2. And pretty decent when it comes to current fighting games. There are other videos online talking about how small the fighting game fan base actually is that I suggest you go watch, but regardless, Multiversus is holding a steady player base, and that's all it needs to survive. And with constant content drops and constant game improvements, that number will only get higher from here. Another very discussed issue in Multiversus is the gameplay itself, and yes, while the gameplay is messy, it's still very fun to play. For most people, this topic is really subjective. If you don't like the way the game plays, you're allowed to. It's just not for you. But don't shit on the game because of it. Like, one of the things I hear the most is the gameplay is simple and characters don't have enough moves or options. Well, this also comes down to preference, since another very successful platform fighter like Brawlhalla literally gives most characters in the game the exact same moveset, and the only thing different is the special moves. This has made it much easier for them to balance the game and release characters, even though Multiversus so far has been releasing characters faster than them, but that's mostly because they focus on getting more crossover characters to make more money. Speaking of money, let's talk about the game's monetization. Now, any problem that you have with Multiversus monetization is really just a problem with most games monetization nowadays: an underwhelming battle pass, overpriced skins, and all that. But the reason Multiversus does this so much better, they literally give out skins and gleam them for free all the time. And the way they have been doing it has gotten better and better each season. They literally gave out free Batman skins for the anniversary. You can't even say they capitalize on FOMO with these events and skins, because any skin can be obtained in the game at any time through the shop. Except for the whole elusive skin thing, but we're praying for them to fix that eventually. You can always go to the shop to check what's on sale, but you can purchase any skin you want in the game at any time. Hell, they literally just added a new tab if you wanted to do that. Multiversus is a free-to-play game, so if you wanted to buy every skin for a character or two, it wouldn't be that hard, but it would be expensive. Also, in these Multiversus hate videos, they act like you have to buy characters when you can really just grind for characters, as long as you play events and stuff. Future Joker here, and now that we're actually using Fighter Road EXP instead of Fighters currency, it's actually a lot more easier to get fighters. There's still a lot of problems with Fighter Road, like not being able to choose the specific character that you want to level up to, and newer characters having to be, you have to unlock everybody to get them. There's still stuff that needs to be changed with it, but it's a step in the right direction. So far, it's better than Fighters currency, so it just needs some more tweaks in the future. But if you honestly think you can just grind for a season and have every character in a game, you're surely mistaken. But now, since you automatically have every character while playing local, unlocking them all isn't really a necessity, since you already know the 5 or 6 characters that you'll rotate around and then save up fighter currency for new characters. And while I'm on the subject, the only thing I can give some of these new videos is that I also agree that new characters shouldn't be in a battle pass. Or if they are, they should at least be unlockable later in the battle pass for free like Overwatch 2 did. That's the only compliment Overwatch 2 is ever getting out of me. Hey, Future Joker again. So I know I said I didn't want characters to be in a battle pass, but with this new thing with Fighter Road, I would actually like them to be in the battle pass again, because I'm definitely open to having multiple options to get new characters. If you want to just buy the characters for 1,000 Gleamium upright, they should do 3 ways of getting new characters. The first way, how most free-to-play players are going to get it, using Fighter Road. They just need to tweak Fighter Road around so you can get new characters whenever you want them and not have to unlock other characters first. Then there should be a way where you can just buy the character outright for 1,000 Gleamium. And then there should be a way to buy the character in a battle pass. I like that they put a skin in tier 1 instead of a character to take this place. But what they could do is that they could put the character and the skin for the character in the battle pass, which would cause more people to buy the battle passes, because it would just be a better option instead of just buying the character outright, which you would still have to do for the second character that comes out in the season. So for the first character that comes out in the season, you could be able to either use Fighter Road, buy them with Gleamium, or get them in the battle pass and get a skin with it. And for the second character that comes out in the season, you could only get Fighter. Oh, well, now we have 2 battle passes, so they would actually have all 3 options for the new character as well. So I think it would just be better to put the character in the battle pass and the skin, because then that would just cause more people to buy the battle pass. And I think it's like, I don't know like how that works or anything, but I think it's better if people buy the battle pass than just buying the skin, even though they're spending the same amount of money. No, battle passes are cheaper now, so they're getting the character for cheaper. I guess that's what they don't want people to do. But we don't know if Marceline's gonna make it into the next battle pass or not. She probably will. But no, what they're probably going to do is they're probably going to put a skin for Marceline in the battle pass and then make her Fighter Road and buyable with Gleamium. So yeah, I just with this new system, I would prefer characters to be in the battle pass again. Now, I have made a lot of good points so far, but there are some things that I agree on with these videos, and the number one thing is that the new currency feature is ass. We need to return to gold ASAP. Separating fighter currency and perk currency has been pure shit for this game. The main problem I have is since they took out gold, they missed a really cool opportunity to give every character in the game a skin that you can get with gold. It just would be something a little extra for free-to-play players, but with fighter currency and perk currency, you can't do that. Not to mention, most players just have a large stockpile of both. It really makes people not want to grind or even think about what they want to spend their currency on. With gold, there'd be a lot more of that. PFG is amazing with feedback, so maybe we can get them to change this in a future season. Another major complaint about this game is that Player First Games is not picking good characters, and this is false. Really, most people gotta understand that most characters are being made because PFG wants to make them. A good example is Nubia. She was only supposed to be a Wonder Woman skin, but PFG felt that they could do more with the character, so they did. It's this type of creative freedom that they have that has given us some cool characters. If Warner was completely in charge, then we would only be getting promotional characters. And even promotional characters are understandable since they are still welcome addition to the roster. Now, I know a lot of people, me included, want third-party characters, but now is just not the time. There are so many Warner characters that need to be in this game before you really think about third-party characters, and the devs know that as well. So honestly, I don't see any third-party characters until 2026 at least. Now, there are some other reasons people don't like the game. It's slow, which is being fixed. It's laggy, which is always being worked on. Hitboxes are bad. They are also always being worked on. Ranked is bad, blah 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 blah. These are all very valid complaints, but nothing that can't be fixed with an update in the future. But now, I want to move on to stuff that I would add to multiverses to make it better. One of the biggest things that I would personally add to multiverses is something that both Brawlhalla and Smash have that people take for granted, and that's the ability to play 2v2s with someone locally. I have no clue why this simple thing isn't in multiverses, but they need to add it. It would be so much fun to play twos online with someone at my house without having to use another console. It's one of the funnest things to do in Smash, so I'm really pushing for them to add it into the game. Another thing that should have been in the game on launch, and I hope they're working on, is increasing the max player in a match from 4 to 8. Even if this is only in custom matches, this will be a big improvement for playing customs with friends. The best way to do it is to make 3 maps big enough to hold 8 people and just add it into custom. This will be great for some cool game modes like 8-player free-for-all or 3v3 or 4v4. It'd be great. Also, a map creator like Smash will be something that will be cool, especially with all the riff modulators and stuff. It'd be really cool for players to make their own maps and would give people in the community something to do and discuss constantly. Adding stamina as a game mode or an option for customs will be cool. I definitely want the ability to vote on maps before a match. Okay, now I'm gonna start getting a little bit wild with these suggestions. I think having some type of Mario Party-esque mode, I think would be really fun. Sure, it would take away from the fighting game aspect probably, but still for casuals, I think it would be cool. Also, if they were able to make some type of hub world for Rifts, I think that would be great as well. And some of you are probably thinking, Joker, these ideas are a bit too ambitious. But that's the point. Devs have came out and said that with multiverses, they want anything and everything to be possible. And that's why this video is titled Why You Should Believe in Multiverses. Because with this game, anything is possible. In the past 3 seasons, we have already seen gameplay changes, characters, events, and modes people have never thought possible. And with this thing planned to get even crazier in the future, who knows what 2025 has to offer. In the future, this game could be completely unrecognizable from what it was in 2022. And to some people, that could be a bad thing, but I don't see it that way. I'm just here for the ride. This game means a lot to me, and I know it means a lot to a lot of people out there. And so I want to see it thrive more than ever. So until the game shuts down for a final time, I will stick with multiverses. And I'll always say, yeah, that's a fun game. Yo, what's going on, y'all? It is Joker. Not the video you were expecting at the beginning of the season 2, but being honest with y'all, I promise you, this is gonna be, I can finally say this is gonna be the last multiverses video for a while. We're gonna be pushing far away from multiverses content until there's actually something worth making a video about. So the rest of season 2, we're pushing through different content, and I think you're really going to be excited about this next video I got coming up. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and most importantly, don't forget to tell your mother that you love her. I'm gonna see you guys. Room Shambles.